So real quick, as usual, I'm walking home from work, and my wife calls me, interrupting my usual time of walking and meditation. It's all right though. I like walking to work and walking from work because it gives me time of solitude. But sometimes you have to slow down and you have to entertain other people. My mom does it too. She want to pick me up and ride me and drive me home, which is cool. So those are necessary interruptions or welcome interruptions. Teach you not to be selfish, even with your own time with yourself. Anyways, I didn't come in here to talk about that. I came out here to talk about something we was talking about. Me and my wife was on when I was just now and still am on my way home from work, walking. I told her I walked past this mosque. It's not a mosque. It's like I guess a designated place for prayer for Muslims. Anybody that's been on Bush Boulevard knows that pretty much a great majority of Bush Boulevard is like Arab city. They own like food markets, temples, a lot of stuff. So I was telling her I was walking by there one day and I seen this, building, and I noticed that at the front of the building it had like a rack for shoes. And I put two and two together, and I'm like, oh, this is a place where, those of the Muslim faith go and pray. And so I told my wife, I said, I thought about it. I was like, you know what? I should go in there and see what they're about just because. And I said, I quickly changed my mind because I ain't bowing to no other God. And then she agreed. And I was just like, yeah, we ain't bowing to no other God. Not going to do it because we serve one and true living God. But then I said, it's funny because a lot of us will say that we won't bow to a foreign God if we're asked to do so. We won't bow the knee to a foreign God or a false God as we perceive it. However, in life on a daily basis, we bow our hearts to the God of food, the God of sex, the God of self. We bow our hearts to a lot of things. So we may not physically bow our knee to a Muslim God like, Allah or Krishna or any of those other gods. We may not physically bow our knee and we think that we're doing something, but the devil like, I got you. You still bow your knee to the ultimate idol, which is yourself and all your pleasures and everything that you want. You bow your knee to your supremacy of race, whether that's white, black, or whatever your race is. You bow your knee to these things. You bow your knee to the flag over God. So we like to talk about how Christian we are because we don't bow to other gods physically. But what about your heart? That's something that we all have to ask ourselves, and we should ask ourselves on a consistent daily basis. No, I don't bow my knee physically to external things, but in my heart of hearts, what am I bowing to over God on a daily basis? So that's a question, and that's a question of introspection for everybody that was watch this now or later. What are you bowing your heart to? You may not bow to Buddha, Muhammad, or any other of these false gods on the outside, but in what ways are you serving yourself, which is the ultimate idol? Above all of these false deities and these doctrines of demons and sacrificing the demons, the ultimate idol, the root of idolatry is self. You would be coming down here. Yeah, the ultimate idol is the idol of self. So you got to ask yourself on a daily basis, in what ways am I bowing to myself? In what ways am I repeating the sin of Lucifer by wanting to exalt myself to be like the Most High? In what ways am I following my own directives? In what ways am I the God over my own life over the one who created me? These are things that we have to ask ourselves because, like I said, in America, especially with American Christians and American evangelicals, you know, we can boast about not bowing other gods. We can boast in our praise and worship services about it's not Buddha, it's not Muhammad, it's not Krishna, it's not all these other gods, but it's the one true living God. But in your practical life, with your sexuality, with your eating habits, with the way that you treat others, with the way that you interact with other races, with your politics, who are you serving? What about your heart?